Okay, first I'm going to make an aioli, and then I'm going to turn it into an umami aioli. Okay, with this aioli, I'm just going to do a 1 egg aioli, and you have enough eggs in your kit where in the off chance that you screw up and you need to start over again, if you break your aioli, you have an extra egg to kind of fix it. Okay, so first step is going to be to separate my white from my yolk. Just kind of use my hands in order to do it, which is maybe a little backwards way of doing it, but I find hands really are the best tool. And if you're in a home setting, it's a lot easier to use that tool. Okay, so I'm gonna take my egg and place it into, I have a bowl over the top of a pot with a towel underneath it. This will hold my bowl in place when I'm doing whisking, because with an aioli, obviously there's quite a lot of whisking that's gonna be going on. I'm gonna add a few ingredients to this that are gonna work as natural emulsifiers. Because I'm making an umami aioli, I'm gonna use black garlic. You see here, this black garlic clove. I'm gonna just smash it with the side of my knife along the edge of my board. And I'm gonna use this in place of regular garlic. And this will really bring out the umami in this sauce. And it'll also help to bring this emulsion together because garlic is a natural emulsifier. I'm gonna add some Dijon mustard. I'm gonna go heavy on the mustard because I really want that pronounced mustard flavor with this aioli as well. If I was doing just a basic aioli, I probably wouldn't be adding that much. I know that eventually that black garlic will break down with the amount of whisking that I'm gonna do, so I'm not overly concerned with the fact that it's got some big particles in there still. Kind of like the way it looks. Just trying to incorporate a little bit of air into that yolk so that once I start incorporating the fat, it'll be easier for it to emulsify. Emulsification should start to thicken up almost instantly. So if it starts to thin out as soon as you're adding your oil, then your emulsion's already broken. Adding it in small amounts, your aioli should start to form. It's a nice arm workout. I didn't make it to the gym anyways today, so I work out this way. If you need to switch, you should get comfortable with using both hands. You're twice as effective. You can use both. One nice tip with learning to whisk and get more comfortable using your non-dominant hand, start practicing brushing your teeth with your non-dominant hand. It helps with stuff like sauteing with your left hand and with your non-dominant hand and whisking. Generally, it's about 2 ounces of oil to 3 ounces of oil for every egg yolk. I'd say we've easily added 2 ounces of oil. Just want to give it a taste. I haven't really added any acid. I mean, a little bit of acid from that Dijon, but there will be a little bit of a raw egg flavor. It's okay. I'm not worried about it. I'm really just looking to see if it needs more fat, which it does. Probably another ounce. Half ounce. I will eventually be adding some liquids to this, so I'm not concerned that it's a little thicker than I want it. Okay, next. Still working on trying to make some balance in this sauce, so now we're gonna move on to seasoning. We're gonna add a little bit of miso, punching up that umami flavor again, and you have, I think you'll have a couple teaspoons at your disposal in your kit. I want you to use it very carefully. It's a strong flavor. I'm not entirely sure what brand of miso you're gonna get, and every brand is different, and so you wanna be really careful. Use a little bit, whisk it in, give it a taste. Use a little bit more, because it's good. Okay, I'm gonna start adding some of the other ingredients. I might add a little more miso after. Next, I'm gonna add a tiny bit of honey. I like this. I have like a nice, out at the farmer's market, it's just a raw honey product. Looks a little creamier, but any honey really will work. I don't want to go crazy sweet. This raw honey is a little, it's not as pungent as other honeys. Next, I'm going to add just a little soy sauce. Again, what brand of soy sauce you use is really going to determine how much you use. I'll give you exact measurements, but I would say do the seasoning of this aioli using your taste buds. Really starting to hit on a lot of different notes. What I do want is a little bit more acid, because at this point the only acidic flavor that we're getting is from the Dijon mustard, and I want something a little more aggressive, so I'm going to add just a tiny bit of rice wine vinegar. You have a good amount in your kit. I'm probably going to end up adding just a touch more miso. Yep. And a little more miso and a little more of that rice vinegar, because it really changed what was going on. Acid definitely helps. Helps cut the sweetness, helps cut the fat. Pinch of black pepper. Pinch of salt. Several different types of salts in this aioli. Okay, we're where we want to be. Let's take a break.